my mind. I flex in the morning. I flex in the evening. I flex in the nighttime. Ask me what I think of I flex in the night. My dudes get sunny, steady. And my people are grinding and grinding. Smiling. And they're all the days gonna get while I'm getting gonna get it.
Yeah, the Ash Hawkins and Mr. Brett show. We got Prince Tone on the line. I'm going to put him on speaker real quick so we can chop it up. We just chopping up a little bit right now. So I want to keep the same vibe going. Hold on. Yo, what's good, Prince Tone?
Yo, how you doing today, brother, man? I appreciate you. How you doing today, man?
Yo, man, we was just chopping it up about, like, you know, artists, like, being selfish and not helping one another, you know?
Yeah. You know what? Man, it's my bro, Gregory. You know, shout out, I want to give first, shout out to T-Town, man. Shout out to T-Town, shout out to the family, man. But right on that point, man, like we were talking about, there's so, you know, such a closed avenue because everybody is so selfish about reaching out. I don't know if it's that they're nervous or if they think that, you know, people will look down on the material that they send or whatever, man. But, you know, if you really want to make it in this business, you have to be willing to grow. You have to be willing to reach out to those artists that you're unfamiliar with. That means become familiar with them. However you got to do it, man. Just do it in a positive way.
Yeah, man, because it's a lot of jealousy and hate, you know, in this industry, and everybody, it's like crabs in a barrel.
That's exactly what it is. And you know what? It starts with a mentality first. You know, it all starts upstairs, man. When we came up with this, like, the reason for the song Back to Mars in the first place, man, is because we're going back to that concept of the things that it seems like we don't know. You know, those concepts of being brothers and sisters towards each other, being a family once again, and starting this thing off. You watch TV shows like Empire. It's such a booming show right now, and you get the concept of them starting this thing off like a family, and it becoming greater, and you know, now they have the series, they have the pause on the show, but what it's giving you a chance to do is expect the next thing, build up the expectation, man. But you have to have a family to move nowadays.
Yeah, you can't do it alone, man. You need a family. You need a machine. You yourself. You have a machine behind you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's lovely. You know, but like you was going back onto your title of your album, Back to Mars. Like, what inspired you to come up with a title like that?
You know, when I had, it's actually like a prequel to a song that I had did a while back, man, and the concept was always there. My first single that I wanted to drop before this one was called Meet Me on the Moon. And, you know, it's all about bringing back those qualities of yourself, man, that, you know, you probably set aside to fit into this world. I call it personality. You know, everybody has that word, but, you know, it can be used universally, man. Personality, man. I took on a major personality that it was not me, you know, and I did that only because I thought I was missing out, or I thought, you know, there was nothing that I could possibly, you know, bring out of myself. I didn't know anything about anything of myself. So when I went into myself, it was almost like going to another planet, you know.
Okay, all right.
So when I finally found that, you know, I had to dig deep. It's like going to Mars, man. You got to dig deep below that dirt to find life, man. So I had to dig deep below, you know, a lot of dirt just to find myself. And you know, shout out to, once again, my big brother Gregory, man. Gregory Beasley, T-Town's record, man. That brother, he motivated me. He gave me that stage, man. And you know, it wipes away all of those dark days, man. Back to Mars is a single for those who feel like they you know, they're putting out this image maybe to the world that they want the world to love them in that way, but really what they should be doing is loving themselves first. Love yourself. Know who you are.
Yeah. Not knowledge of self. I was talking about this last night on my other show. with an artist. I gotta give him a shout out because I told him I was gonna give him a shout out and play a song. Uncut Kane. Big shout out to you. Anyway, but yeah, man, it's like you gotta know yourself. You gotta love yourself. Know yourself. A lot of people don't know who they are. They're like it's a word for people like that. It's called sheeple.
That's right. That's right. You know, when you're working, it's like me offering someone gold. And they don't really know the value of gold because they don't know the value of themselves. Now, they may know materialistically the value of gold and how it can be spent, but if they don't know who they are, they're going to more likely go around buying the things that they don't need or trading it for the things that they don't need. And then by the end of their life, they're going to realize, well, I did not dig deep in myself and find my happiness. Yeah, my friend had the car and I liked it. Yeah, I wanted to go get that car because he had it and I really liked it when I seen him with it. But what was my purpose for going to get it? I know he worked hard for it. You know, he got tired of walking up the street or riding buses. But with me, how does it work for me? You know, truth, they say the truth will set you free. How does that work for me? What does the truth mean? You know, when you say truth, there are many versions of truth, but the knowledge of self, man, truth is the knowledge of self, knowing what's best for you, knowing what's worst for you, man, and that's knowing who to be around and when to be around them. But you have to know yourself first. How can I give the world? How can I, hate the world if I've never given them any part of me that, you know what I'm saying, I can really register everything with?
Exactly.
You know, so.
You're right. You're exactly right, man.
Yeah, so you have to, with records like these, when Gregory heard the record, man, I'm pretty sure that this thing, it probably blew his mind, man. I gotta say, because, when I finished the song, I actually played the song back, and it kind of blew my mind. So, once again, there it is, right there. It's playing out. It's me learning who I am, but that means I have to look inside first and not on the outside. You're going to find things on the outside that you can get into, but it all starts on the inside. So with Back to Mars, we're gonna wipe away all that hate, that false love, that false intention, man, and we're gonna bring everybody back to a table where we can finally communicate on the right base, man, and build as a family.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I forgot to ask Uncut King last night, but getting back to my old mode. Anyway, I always ask artists, any artist, who are your top 5 artists? The top 5.
You know what?
All genres, not only hip hop, all genres. Who your top 5?
Now let's say top 5, all back. I gotta give it to Pop, man. I gotta give it to Pop.
Okay.
Second, I gotta give it to Biggie, man. These are all the people I listen to. Third, right now my man's holding it down, Jay-Z, man. Jay-Z is a hot man. That man is doing his thing right now. Let's see. Number 4, I gotta go back. Kumo D, man. Kumo D. I don't know. A lot of you guys can't sleep on the old school music, man, but that's what got it started, man.
I actually chill with Kumo D like on 2 occasions.
You know what? You got to experience something that, I wish a lot of rappers, would get to experience that. I don't want to call out any names because, people are going to grow up on their own base.
Yeah, I'll give you a little story. My brother back in the 90s, he was like a real big comedian. I lived with him out in California. He was actually a member of A Living Color. Hold up. So Thanksgiving night, he did a show. I stayed home. He came over with a dude, right?
Yeah.
The dude was like, cracking jokes and all that. Mad cool. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, yo, this dude look familiar. And then he noticed that. He's like, yo, and he put his hands over his eyes. He's like, yo. Now you know him. I said, oh shit, it's Kumo D. I spent Thanksgiving with Kumo D.
Wow.
Yeah, Thanksgiving dinner with Kumo D. Ate the turkey and everything.
You know what? People have to look back to that music, man. That's the music that establishes everything. Those are the bricks in the road, man. Those are the gold bricks. You know what? I know he's not so much of a singer, but he's become one of my most favorite artists. Or not, he's not so much of a rapper, but he's become one of my most favorite artists. what's my man's name?
Kumo D in the 80s, he was the shit. He was one of the original rappers that had the sneaker commercials.
Yes, right.
You remember that? You remember that?
Yes, sir. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yeah, I was like.
You know, I used to listen to my mother play all these records, man, around me. And at that time, you know, we just little kids dancing around the living room, tapping our feet. And, you know, shout out to my mom, man. Shout out to Felicia Harris, man. I just want to do that, you know. And, man, this lady, she just having all of these records around me, man. I'm listening to Tupac, I'm listening to Biggie, man. I'm going way back. I'm listening to the Dwells, man. I'm listening to Marvin Gaye, you know, coming up listening to these people, man. And, man, you know, those are the things for the game, man. If you want to be honest, that's the foundation, man. You know, I don't want to take away from the, you know, our artistic ability that a lot of these young people have right now, you know, in my age bracket and younger. But I have to say, if they want longevity, you have to look back at the people who did it before.
Yeah, you gotta show respect, man. Yo, like you know, like I said, I'm an artist myself, and like when I do my music, I don't really pay attention to it. Like, not down on myself. It's just that like I'm into other avenues. Like, you know, I'm doing a radio show. I'm also an actor. You know, so I'm like I'm doing a lot of things. So I don't really pay attention to stuff. So me and my producer one time, we went to this club. And Africa Bambaataa was DJing there. So we went to the bar, and Africa Bambaataa was looking at me and my producer like he knew us. And I was like, I told my producer, I was like, are we being watched by Africa Bambaataa? And then one of his bodyguards, because he rolls with bodyguards, you know, Zulu Nation, came up to me and was like, yo, Africa Bambaataa want to talk to you. I was like, what? He want to talk to me? We chilled and vibed. And we took a picture together.
Wow, okay.
Man, cool, yo. I felt honored. I was like, Africa Bambaataa knows of me.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That reaching out, man. You know, and not being so caught up in where we're from, or you know what gangs or whatever we're in, man. That's what it takes. It takes us to really reach back out, man, and show love like that. Because those famous names that we hold on to, that we grow up singing these songs, we should be following those examples instead of, oh, I'm better than this or I'm better than that. Like this, you know, beef in between. I don't want to speak so much on it, but you know, I've been hearing a lot about it. Like this Drake versus Meek Mill thing. It shouldn't even be.
That's all Hollywood. That's all Hollywood, man. That's Hollywood. That's not even real. It's so, yo, the industry is so phony and fake, son. It's like a movie.
You know what?
Hello?
You know, also very hard, man, but we can't get tied off with Hollywood. But you know, I know everybody has this, oh, I love myself mentality, which we should all have, man, because that comes with the knowledge of self, man. But at the same time, make sure that you are not sacrificing something that you really don't understand. Like, I couldn't give my being away or my concept of thinking away to fit someone else's, you know, radio style, man, or their level around me, all types of music. And I love working with artists who are in that same mind state. But I don't want to work with artists who end up giving themselves up because, you know, they figure, well, this is the style, this is it. Even trendsetter. You know, that's what it's always about. It's about being a trendsetter. Tupac came in the game and did something that most cats wouldn't even see nowadays. You know, trendsetter. Biggie Smalls turns around with his own style.
Yeah, so a trend. Like, you're right, because Pac told people that he's not a gangster.
That's
When
right.
he got like that, that was after the movie Juice.
That's right.
They wanted Bishop. They're like, oh, Bishop, okay, that's Bishop.
You know what? That's what it is all about. Like, we're playing this movie they got out right now. Back to Compton, you know, Compton, with Ice Cube and everybody. Shout out to them for their hard work in that movie, man. You know, my cousin spoke on that earlier on the status on his Facebook. And, man, the truth is that things will kind of set up a way to bring about money into the industry by using violence